let me understand this. You couldn't hear him, or you could hear him.
I could hear him when he turned up the volume.
Okay. Well, we try to
couldn't hear
keep it
him.
down because he's right next to me, and this mic picks it up too.
Oh, okay.
But you weren't able to hear him.
Yeah, I had a little bit of a hard time.
Okay. Well, we can work on that. But anyways, Daniel's still walking. You see anything you want to buy yet?
I mean, a bunch of stuff.
Well,
Tons of Super Nintendo games. I thought I saw some Japanese N64 games.
oh yeah, there was tons of that stuff.
Yeah.
You saw that one I got, that Mario All-Stars? Not here,
cool
but
stuff.
from the other place. You hear Tim doing his thing. I just got to pull the chat room up here, and sorry guys, the cell network went down with the live view, but we're back now, and I have a backup in case it drops.
Nice. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of cool stuff there.
Okay. Let me change this. Keep talking. Yeah, Daniel, show us some booths, not the bottom of the floor. There you go. We want to see what you're looking at. And then can you walk over to the arcade room? Did you walk over there? Did he? You're going to have to go back over because we were offline. It gives him something to do. He's young.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
I know you
do
can.
a couple laps.
Brandy said you got to go slower. She needs to see what she can buy.
Yeah, we'll make some deals from here. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, we might be able to do that. Anything's possible. We're going to make this work.
Oh, they got tattoos going on there?
Is somebody actually getting tattooed, or are they just... Because originally that's what they talked about.
There's a bunch of tattoo places.
Yeah, I mean, they're out there going... One of them was booked solid.
Wow.
But the other ones, you could walk up and get just any tattoo or whatever that you wanted.
Wow, there's so many of them.
Yeah, I want to say there's like 5 or 6. And then when you're done with that, Daniel, show the Ghostbusters and Stay Puft and all that. There, look at this giant Stay Puft.
Yeah, that's huge.
He's going around. He's going to show you. Well, he's showing us the business end. This thing's huge.
Very cool. Look at that.
And then they got their own little Ecto One. They're like a non-profit. I was talking with the guy this morning. Show us the props and stuff in Ecto One and the guys. There's the guys. There's some of the guys. There's the Ghostbusters. Tell them they're live. Tell them to wave. There you go.
Smile, you're on camera.
Look at Slimer. It looks like an original one.
That's
from the
very
movie.
cool.
Their arcade is pretty awesome here. I'm not gonna lie.
So it's like the main floor has all the vendors and then the special guests, and then the other room has the arcade?
Yes, and like tabletop stuff. Well, in here there's tabletop stuff. Like if you're into tabletop games, up past all the vendors, like way up to the right. Like so now he's going into the arcade room.
Nice.
This is bigger than CGC with the arcades. We were
Very
playing
cool.
this last
Yeah,
night.
it looks like a lot of pinball, a
Yep.
lot of arcades. Very cool. Yeah, they got the Venom.
Yep. We played that last night. It's a little spotty connection in there, it looks like. They must be having an issue with cellular because he's on cellular right now.
tournament area here. Oh, tournament time, okay.
So we'll see what happens here. But they have a ton of arcades. I was playing Galaga last night. Almost got the high score.
Play Choice. They have the Super Nintendo one, it looks like.
Yep. Daniel, hold the candle up a little bit more. The camera up. There you go.
Big Dog. Hubert.
Yeah, see, it's kind of bad over there. They were saying they have issues with it. There we go. Now we're back moving.
Oh, nice. Sunset Riders.
They have Tapper over there, too. And they all work. I think I only saw one that was down. Oh, there's Mega Man 2. I didn't see that last night.
That's cool.
And then my son was talking trash and said he could beat me on Street Fighter and barely beat me.
Michael Jackson Moonwalker.
Oh, yeah. The CRT needs some work on it, though.
Punch Out. Across
Yeah.
the way.
Class of 81. That's a gun. That's a fun cabinet. Robotron. And then I don't know what's in the... Oh, it's like a Stern reseller over there, I think. There's Tapper.
Nice.
You got the Pack Attack. Burger Time. I played that last night.
Very cool. Yeah, it looks like there's a great mix.
I think there's like 4 rows, I think. 4 rows of games. I think that's safe to say. Let me see here. They have like a whole retro setup where you can sit down and play consoles, and that's where he's going to get to. And then they had this other like Mario Kart type game. What was it, Daniel?
I don't know. I don't know the name.
They were playing it on the big screen over there, but it looked like Mario Kart. It looked like they had some esports set up with people over there playing. MG says we're back. Yes, we had a intermittent issue with the cellular for a second. Solomon says, hi, I wish I was born in that nostalgic years. Yeah, we're just old.
Yeah.
See, there's a CRT setup. They got a huge area there.
So a lot of consoles to play.
Yes.
Oh, look at them red TVs. Those are pretty cool.
I bet you all this stuff from the CRTs is blocking the cellular signal from the magnets inside of it. I'm wondering.
Yeah, it looks like a nice variety of everything.
Yeah.
Got the Vectrex.
I think, yep.
Those
3DO.
TVs are pretty cool looking.
Yep. Because I know people were asking yesterday about a tour. What we could do is possibly for the next convention, get a smaller camera, hook it to the live view, and have it go out. That way, it's a little bit better.
Which one's the next convention?
Well, we have Torg. I will be doing probably like walking the floor since Mike wasn't going to do a booth. And then So I'll just be live rooming the floor. But I'll have 2
Okay.
mics. So if you want to take a walk and just tour for people, we can do that.
Yeah, I'll be there. Yep, I'll be there.
So now it looks like he's getting closer to the front. I think, right, Daniel?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because the signal's a little bit better there. Looks like they have some Japanese games set up.
Very cool.
Oh, look at the mini-cades. Little arcade ones, one-ups.
Mhm. Yeah, those are real little.
DuckTales.
Now, how long does it take to set up all that stuff?
They did it really quick. I'm not gonna lie. I went over there and things were on the floor and on Friday, and it was ready to go by Friday night.
Wow.
So I
always
really
wondered
don't
how
know.
long that would take to, set up all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. How old are you two guys? I am 44. Steve's 45, I think. And Brandy, we're not going to talk about how old she is because you don't ask a woman that.
Yeah.
My son is 11. Right, John? That's what we do. We don't talk about women's age. I think. Is your on?
Someone's having a good
Yeah,
time
there you go.
over
Can
there.
you hear John?
Hi, Brandy.
I just hear people yelling.
Oh, yeah.
Like they're having a good time.
All right, try
Everyone's
now,
having a good
John.
time here.
You can hear her?
Okay.
I can hear it just fine.
Okay, cool.
I can hear now.
Now she can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Howdy, howdy. How's it going?
Good.
I'll
Wish
get
you were
his
here.
camera.
I know. Lot of family stuff, but next time.
All right. We'll hold you to it.
That's what I said to her. Let's go to
I know. I
6.
wish I could.
There. Now John's up on the screen.
Coming back.
Hi.
All right, Daniel's coming back. So what do you think of the arcade over there? It was pretty sweet, right?
It was pretty sweet. We found, I had the high score in Tapper for about 3 hours. So that's about it. And it went back like around noon. It opens at 11 and went back around noon, 1 o'clock. And I was like, I was already at 6th. So it's like, okay, I'm not as good as I thought I was.
I almost had Gallagher last night.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah,
And
well, I had the
then-
high score in Tapper, and I had the high score in Karate Champ, but then I think they reset all the scores this morning. They probably shut down the arcades overnight. So, I don't know. We'll see. No, great selection of games, everything from retro to newer stuff, too. There was a couple of arcade machines I've never seen before, which is great. And it's also just kind of fun looking at the free play area, too, with all the consoles. And they have Doom running in a flashlight. Did you see that over there?
I didn't see that.
It's some camping roadside module. I'm not sure what it is, but it's like one of those like
That's
flashlight,
what that
radio, oatmeal cookie dispenser. I don't know. It has all these like gimmicks and gadgets in it, but also has a screen like for like television, I guess. And yeah, they have Doom running on it, so it's kind of fun to see.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Did
what
you-
that was. Okay.
Yeah. Did you pick up anything interesting?
You know, not a whole lot. I never know what I'm looking for until I find it. If I can see it. I like looking for things like Famicom Disk System. I like looking for things like TurboGrafx 16. If anybody has their own homebrew games, their own homemade games for like Nintendo or Super Nintendo or something like that, I'll grab one of those just to show my support because that's what I do too. However, I don't know. It's fun to see. I've seen more board games here than any other convention, and some people are making their own board games, card games, dice games, and stuff like that too. That's why it's that's why it's the Portland Gaming Expo and not the Portland Retro Gaming, or not Portland, Phoenix, or it starts with a P.
You're in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
You're in Pittsburgh.
Good Lord. All right. The Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. I got Portland on the mind. Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. Because it's all games. It's board games. It's video games. It's card games. It's dice games. It's chip games. I'm sure you can find a copy of Tiddlywinks out here somewhere. I don't know. A little bit of everything here. I love it.
I got a really interesting card.
What do you got? Oh, in the rental case. Oh, you grabbed the Action 52. I saw it over there. I was very tempted to grab it, but I was just like, I don't know if I need it. It's Sunday. Sunday's always the best day for deals. So if it was still there by the end of the day, I may have spoke to him
I didn't
about
pay
it.
that price,
Oh, okay.
so I got it even cheaper.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
good.
But I said to Brandy, I was like,
Oh,
did
thank
you
you
ever
so
see
much.
it? You can, yeah. If you have to do that, just.
It's all
I
good.
said to Brandy, I've never seen it in a convention ever,
Right.
Yeah. I don't
or
think
even
I've
at
seen
like
it.
a swap meet or whatever.
No, you just don't see it.
So I was like, I gotta take it.
Yeah.
Maybe
you
a
may
little
not see it ever
tipped.
again, so may as well grab it now.
Yep,
And for a
you never
deal.
know.
Let me see if I can do. I'm trying to get a 4-way going here with this.
OMG's all Dreamcast.
I love this row of tattoo artists down the way, too. I'm super, super tempted to get a tattoo before I leave here. I have
Are you
one
really?
tattoo, and I don't know what I'm going to get a tattoo of.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
I don't know.
As they were doing the tour,
Maybe
I've
a
never
Star
seen
Fox
that.
display, but if I do that, then I'll have to get it amputated because then Brandy will want it in her collection.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know. We'll see.
You don't have to amputate it. We'll just cut the skin off.
Let me do this and then like that.
Oh man.
There, we got everybody back. But all in all, I think it's been pretty busy. It almost seems busier now, doesn't it?
Nice and consistent. I think it helps that it's at the 11 o'clock showtime because sometimes
Yeah.
conventions will start at 10, they'll start at 9, maybe like 10 o'clock, 9 for VIPs. But we're all gamers. We ain't waking up early, so unless we're still awake from the night before. So I think it's great. They do stay open late, but yeah, it opens at 11 a.m. So people are good to go and come on in. And drinking is allowed on the showroom floor, so that's good for encouraging sales, I suppose. They made their own beer for this convention. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yes, I actually, because I don't drink.
I'll have yours then.
Well,
Yeah, did you see the
Brian
label?
did.
Oh,
so I wanted the can.
Oh, I didn't get the can.
So
They have it on tap,
He
so.
drank it, and you want let him see it. Let's show it up.
Yeah. The label on this.
Isn't it pretty wild?
I mean, it's perfect for a convention like this. This tapper, I don't know if you can see that, but I mean, yeah, it's totally inspired and from one of the local breweries. And I'm a beer snob from the Northwest. We grew up with the hops and everything like that too. So as a lager, very, very good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool, and I said to him when he had it, because if he had it full, I would have bought it, just kept it full,
Right.
put it in the game room as like a souvenir from being here, type of
Sure.
thing. He goes, I'll do you one better. I'll drink it, and then you can have the can. I was
Hey,
like,
there we
yeah,
go.
that works. That works.
He gave you his garbage, by the way. I'll take your garbage.
Well, now that since you put it that way. Brandy, jeez. Let me see here. I'm going to get her volume a little bit hotter. She's soft-spoken.
She's polite.
Some of the people in here, I'm 21 years old. Well, we're old. Well, you and me are old. No offense, but we're old.
Psh, I was 21 years ago. I mean, hold on. I'm gonna go look over here real quick. I'll be
Yeah,
right
no
back.
worries, man. And we'll switch this back over here. John's going to get deals. Go back to the.
We pretty much wiped everything that we
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah, you want to take a keychain too. Take them home to the kids. So Arcades Anonymous use them to scan. Has all their that's their business cards. So a couple
Business
of my buddies.
coins.
But yeah, those keychains, just remember to peel the paper off. It's just, we ship them like that so that they don't scratch up. Yeah. But that was good. That was good. He did the card trick and made it vanish in his hand. All right. What do you want to buy, Brandy? Are you muted?
Yes,
No, you're
she-
muted on your end. We can't hear you. Yeah, you're muted. Did you press the mute? I was wondering why she wasn't talking. Here we were probably running her over.
She's like, why are you talking
Nope.
over me?
Let me see here. Are you using that HyperX quad mic?
Yeah, I'm using that.
Oh, no, you're back. You're back.
Hey.
I think I just had to re-click it or something. I don't know.
Ah, okay.
I just
Well,
did the
I'm-
little thing.
I'm sorry if you were jumping in. We couldn't hear you.
Oh man, this whole time.
All right, so now I'm going to put you full screen so you can talk what you were trying to say.
I don't even know. That's terrible.
What are you buying?
you
What do
guys
you
were-
want?
You guys were like, she's soft spoken, and I'm like, soft spoken? Like, what are you talking about? The whole time I was talking.
We couldn't hear you,
Oh.
honest to God. Turn John's
Darn.
mics off so it doesn't
Gotta
pick
love
up on the last
technology.
one. Right there, yep. Just so it doesn't pick up the extra noise.
No, but I'm not buying anything currently. I'm just trying to get my game room back in order. I had a couple grails come into the game room yesterday. I had people come
Ooh.
over and move the stuff for me. So I just have to, like, you know, put stuff on shelves and reorganize some things. So
Grails
that's my main.
for
Yeah. Like
what?
good
For what
stuff.
system?
It's a mix between N64 and GameCube.
Okay, okay.
So,
I will say, the convention here, you do have to be careful because there were some people trying to charge like double or triple what some of these things are worth, or
yeah, I think that's at
willing
like
to
every
pay.
convention now. You'll see one table that has something for like $10 and then another table that has it for 40. So you just have to, you know, be mindful when you go
Right.
to places.
Well,
I
when
think
you
that's starting to be everywhere.
when you have Mario Brothers 3 for $35 loose, buy.
Yeah.
Right? Other booths had it for like 9, 10. I think we saw the most we saw it with the manual was like for fair price was like 20.
No, I think you just have to know kind of what you're doing and, you know, what you're looking for. Kind of make a list of things that you want, what you're willing to pay. Try and find some deals. Work those bundle deals, and then, you know, you should be able to find something good. So,
Yeah, now I got to
that's
save
what
more
I-
money for Torx.
Yep. I know, I'm excited for there. I have a whole want list of things.
So are you at the point with your Super Nintendo collection that you're just getting like shovelware, or are you still got grails, well, hard to find games for it?
Yeah, I got a mix. I got quite a few good ones that I need to get. So that makes it a little difficult because some of the places around me don't have the games.
Mhm.
So I have to rely on, even some of the common ones, I have to rely on other places because they're not so common around here.
Yeah, like you talked about cartridges galore over there.
Yep.
That's like your hometown. Is that like a an exchange around here, or like a GameStop?
No, so they're like a standalone video game store, but they have, like, the owners, they opened up like 7 or 8 physical locations in different states. So they have quite a few in Maryland that I've been to. I've been to their Frederick, Hagerstown, LaVale, Cumberland. I've been to their place in West Virginia, and then they have a couple stores in like Altoona, PA, and another State College, PA. So they have quite a few locations. And every time that I go to a certain store, I find stuff each time.
Really?
And at their conventions. Yep.
Interesting. I thought it was a good. I mean, they got a huge footprint here. Like you walk in the booth and it looks like a game store. Like you can pull games off the shelf type thing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. No, they started, I don't know how many years ago, but they started as just one little tiny store, and then they just, you know, started expanding. They've done this a long time, and they're very nice. They gave me Super Mario Brothers Galaxy standee, a cardboard standee, They gave it to me for the Nintendo Wii, like a full-size standee for free.
Wow.
So they invited me out to the store, and then they ended up just giving that to me because I, shop there all the time. I went to Pennsylvania to Too Many Games, and they had the 2 Mortal Kombat banners, the one from the Super Nintendo era, and then the other one, I think, from N64 era. And they had those for sale, and they ended up selling both of those to me for a discounted rate.
Well, that was one thing I didn't see a lot here is promotional items. Because I was looking for some just to, pick up. But I didn't see any, like, banners or standees or anything. You didn't see any. I mean, in the tour, you didn't see any either.
Well, that's because I was there secretly, and I bought them all.
You probably called them in advance, said, don't even bring
I
it,
did.
just ship it right to my house. Yeah, that's the figure.
I was there at 6 a.m. I bought everything, and then when the doors opened, there was nothing left.
Better you than me. No. I do want to get some different, like, banners on the wall. Like, I got him... Remember I got it from that guy? You hung him up. We had those fabric banners.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that we put up by your bed and stuff.
yeah.
What was
Watch Dogs and Biomutant.
Yeah, Biomutant and Watch Dogs. They have
Very cool.
They're from GameStop, I think, where they fold them around or something like.
Oh, okay.
But they're really nice. I got them for $20 each.
Nice.
So we got quite a bit more cosplayers here today.
Is there like a contest or something?
I didn't see anything.
I don't remember hearing anything about
I don't
it.
remember hearing anything either.
Yeah, I
Seems like
see.
it's a
Sometimes if there's a contest, you'll see a lot more than usual.
Yeah, I see.
Well, that's what I wasn't sure.
I see all the types of Pokemon people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to pull it over this way so you guys can see. Right there. There's a girl right there. I don't know what cosplay she's doing. She's got like a huge sword or some sort. Behind Brian over there. Oh,
Probably all
here she
anime.
comes. She's coming over this way. Let's see if I can't follow that. So, I don't know. She just walked right by. And then there's another person coming down and doing that, so.
Nice. Yeah, it's always cool to see all of the different, cosplayers.
Yeah.
She's from Destiny.
Oh, Destiny.
Yeah,
Well, at least
because it
you
has
know.
that little bot
Little bot.
in her
All right,
hand.
let me change Steve's camera so we can see because I don't know.
The bot's in her hand.
Oh. Here you go, Brandy. You can see she's behind those people there, right there.
You could zoom in.
Nice. Yeah, I always like the dedication with all the different weapons and everything that people put on. Because that stuff has to get real hot. So, like, the dedication that people do with the face paint and everything, I'm sure that can be uncomfortable.
We're showing your costume on air. There we go. Wave to everybody. Like your costume. That's what we're showing everybody online. There you go. Yeah, there's a lot of dedication right there.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sweet. I seen a few people with like rabbit ears. I don't know what that is.
Over there.
Yeah, one guy's
Those are
got
Pokemon.
Oh,
The Pokemon types. It on the back.
okay. Now I really feel weird.
Yeah, you gotta brush up on that.
I didn't know people wore them to conventions like that. Did you?
Uh-huh. I don't
Look.
know.
All right, I'm gonna. I can't get in there tight. They moved.
That one.
No, I can't get. They're around the corner too far.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll be back, but they're wearing look like.
Yeah,
bunny
they
ears.
have the types of Pokemon, the Pokemon types on the back: electric, psychic, fairy, water, grass, old man.
I got an 11-year-old next to me. I should just ask him.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, you gotta brush up on your Pokemon skills.
Yeah. I'll be honest. I have the Pokemon games for Switch, but I get going with them and then I get bored and I stop. So I don't know a lot about it.
Well, I used to collect Pokemon cards, so I should know.
Okay.
I
Nice
only
guy.
know like the originals. That's what I collect.
It's still better than what I knew with that. Jeez.
So are you guys looking for anything else, or did you already buy everything that you wanted?
Okay, so why don't you talk about, because you don't have them in here, they're in the car, in the truck.
Well,
Talk about what
technically,
you were getting.
Okay, so you may know this, but I'm trying to get a whole GBA collection. So I got first I got a complete box Final Fantasy 1 and 2 for GBA. Then I got Mario Bros 3, Yoshi's Island.
You got some pretty heavy hitters to with that. They were like $20, $30, some of them.
Yeah. I still don't have all the ones that are here.
No. But how many do you have? Total, complete cartridges? About 100 and some?
Over 100.
Yeah.
Nice.
So how many's in this set, Brandy?
I don't know. How
I
many
figured it
is
was a
in
good
the
set for him
I
to try to
think
complete.
so.
Yeah. They're all under $100. I think the Pokemon ones are like $100. I think they're the most expensive. I think by looking.
Nice. Yeah, I think that'd be a fun set to complete.
I've been debating doing regular Game Boy next.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've heard
I
some
need
people want to do that.
I need one
I
that's
think
not
you
as
can do it.
expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I think that you should be able to do that.
Yeah. I don't want to tackle GameCube. You're crazy.
Yeah, I know. I've been told.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't do it. I know if anybody's going to do it, you're probably going to do it. But like, I just think that it's expensive. I think that's the big thing. It's just expensive, and I'm finding out with Nintendo, it's like half the collection is trash, the other half is pricey. Like the last.
Yep.
I'd say like 89, 90, maybe 91, 92 are like the go-to games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Besides your Mario, Tetris, and things like that. But
It's just everything's getting so expensive, though. Like Super Nintendo and stuff, when I'm going through this, I already have a couple of the expensive games, but there's still quite a few that I don't have yet. And it's just every single set, there's always quite a few that, are a little bit more expensive.
yeah, and that's with anything, right? I remember collecting baseball cards, football cards. I didn't do Pokemon, but I remember collecting those cards, and it's like anything. You get shovelware, you get just loose cards and things like that aren't worth anything. But the heavy hitters, it's like you have to go to conventions and or card shows and stuff. I feel like I'm doing it all over again with video games.
Nice.
But there's another guy here that's doing 3D printing. If you guys seen like the cartridges at CGC that we picked up, there's another guy doing it here, and it actually puts the hook on the back so you can hang it on your wall. Daniel and I got we got 2 Switch games, the 3D printed Switch games, and he puts the label right there, right on it. We got Tears of the Kingdom for the game room. So I thought that was a good pickup. Just $25.
Yeah, it's very.
Yeah.
I know. I'm excited to see your pickups.
Yeah, I'll have to show you offline, but I don't want to show it online because I obviously got to do a video on it. So.
Yeah. No, I'm saying like I'm excited to see the videos that you do.
Yeah, we're gonna put something together.
I like to watch. Yeah, I like to watch all the convention videos from everyone.
So I'm just warning you right now. If you go back and watch the Raw convention stuff that's on YouTube, it's 8 hours, but you have to like really skim through it and find the different talks and stuff like that. But there's probably like 2 or 3 hours where it's people watching. Like there was like 10 people in here yesterday after we walked away, just people watching.
Nice.
And then Mr. Rightway invited me on his panel where, well, it was just him. And then he goes, do you want to come in and do it with me? And I streamed it. And we had a lot of fun, like that banter back and forth that we have.
Yeah,
I know. People were laughing. Do you see how we get, though?
All this morning.
Yeah, that's how we get.
Yeah.
All right, we got the chat room here. Kongs are us. Kittens are wild as always. Carl O was actually here yesterday from the chat room. He does exist.
Yeah, I think they're looking for Dreamcasts.
He wants a minty Dreamcast box, but I haven't seen one.
MG does. I'm pretty sure because MG's comment there, I may have walked by a minty Dreamcast.
Did you really?
Maybe.
Well, you'll have to show me. We'll have to look because he's saying.
Well, I don't watch the chat.
No, but you'll have to show me where you walk by because you know where it's at. We'll take a break later and look. But did you see it too, Brandy?
I don't know if I saw one, but I know that they're all looking for one.
Yeah, he wants a real nice one.
Yeah, I have a couple in my collection, but they're not for sale.
Of course you do. You don't put them in bags, do you?
No. No.
Not yet.
Like Glenn?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, Carl was here. Did you see one?
Kiosk.
What's that?
I'll have to put them near my Dreamcast kiosk. Get like a whole little display going.
Well, didn't you say you and Stephanie, when you're coming up to Torg, you're bringing one of them, and you're gonna drop it off at my house, right? Because you have two of them.
No, because I have two. I got two because the one was lonely.
One was in the bag. The other one was out to play.
I like that. Yeah. One was lonely.
One was lonely, so I needed another one.
I think John's going to get a tattoo.
Nice.
I think he just put a blanket over his stuff and he walked over to the tattoo artist.
Or he may be beating little kids at score.
No. I know. I watched him go over that. We'll have to see if he comes back with a tattoo. How long have you had that kiosk?
The Dreamcast kiosk?
Yeah.
I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 years. I got them both for, I think one was like $450, and then I found one for $150 right after, so I had to pick them both up.
But local? Did you get them?
I got them in Pennsylvania.
Oh, well, that's still kind of local.
Both in Philadelphia, so they were an hour and some away.
Yeah.
They were both pretty close to one another, but 2 separate times.
All kidding aside, I always bust Brandy on that, but the reality is I don't have room right now I'd have to get rid of a lot of my 1-ups to have room for it because my other game room is kind of tight as it is. I don't want to overcrowd it. So, but if I saw one, I would get rid of some 1-ups just to put it in there. You don't turn that down to keep a 1-up.
It's not too big either. It's a perfect size kiosk too. It's not overly huge. It kind of fits perfect for me. And then everyone that I have over to, play, everyone enjoys it. Always playing Crazy Taxi,
nice.
Marvel vs. Capcom. They're just always ready to go.
Arcade fell in the chat room. He says, "Congratulations on the new blessing. Yesterday's stream was great. Boom shakala." I guess I got to do it like Tim. Boom shakalaka.
Nice.
He does it better. Carl says, I'm looking at the same mic for my setup. Oh, your HyperX. They're talking about yours.
Right. Yeah, I needed something better than my Yeti, so I just went out and I got this because it was like colorful, and then I had to buy the little arm too for it. So I figured I'd do something a little bit better than what I had.
It sounds 1,000 times better than the Yeti. I hate the Yeti. I absolutely hate it. I feel like they rip people off. As somebody from the broadcast world, I'm just saying.
It was really old too. Like the Yeti was probably like 5-6 years old or something too. So I figured it was about time.
People have them break. I mean, if that's all you have, use it. So people don't think I'm being a snob with it. It's just I've seen them not cover people when they break. I've seen people have tons of issues. Tim's got the bullhorn.
Oh, nice.
Boom shakala! Let me see if I can get him. He was just...
Did he bring that or did someone give him that?
The megaphone?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Brian gave it to him.
Nice.
Yeah.
He should have one at every convention.
He should. I think he almost lost... Didn't he? Tim almost lost his voice yesterday because of that stupid little microphone. Yeah, that's why he's got the bullhorn, right?
No.
Oh.
No.
You feel better now?
Ow! Idiot.
Jerk.
Now, call me Medusa here one more time.
Medusa? Hey, this is what he's been doing, even on his... Ow, come on. Ow, ow, ow.
Don't call me that no more, I hurt you.
Medusa. Hey, your hair smells good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it smells like coconut oil, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it smells good. At least he's whipping me with good smelling hair.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse.
Yeah, my wife's hair's not long enough to do that. I think hers only goes down to like here.
That's why you have 3 kids now.
Carl's saying that's hair abuse.
That's it. See, Carl says it's hair abuse.
Hair
no,
abuse.
it's Medusa.
Don't. Stop that. I hate that.
You do?
Oh, man.
I hate that. Please.
Okay, I won't do it anymore.
Thank you. I can't find it.
What are you looking for?
What grade is it? Oh, how you feeling this morning?
He's a lot better. He ate too much pasta last night. We had all you could eat.
knew
I know.
Oh, wow.
You told him and I told him. We're like, dude, chill. Slow down.
Like 3 bowls of pasta.
Dude, I know. And then 5 or 6 sodas on top of that? The dude was like, I told him, I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
you got it. Oh, yeah.
Man, when you're young,
Hey, at least he enjoyed it.
Yeah, he did. He enjoyed himself.
Good, but yeah, after my pasta was messed up, I'm like, nah.
Steve's pasta last night at Olive Garden wasn't too good. It was cold when he got it.
oh, no.
And
I love Olive Garden.
she loves Olive Garden, she said. Brandy.
Yeah, the breadsticks, the salad.
He goes, "Ugh." Well, we were invited to go with Wildcard Mike over there with Wildcard Video Games. And Steve's like, yeah, let's go. So we went, and yeah, it was cool. But they had all you could eat pasta. Yeah, I'm gonna head out. Yeah, so I'll start packing up around 4. Yeah, I gotta get. He's got school tomorrow, so I have to get about an hour, 15 minutes, hour 20. But I'm gonna
that's
need
not
help
bad.
getting some of the stuff out of the back of the truck. Yeah, probably closer to 7 till everything's done. Otherwise, I would. I'd hang. I'd stay one more night. You know. You didn't find your NFL Blitz 2000 yet? Now, tell these guys. I mean, they can hear you. No promotional items, right? You haven't seen any of them. Promotional items.
No, I ain't seen none. No.
I
No,
told
we ain't-
you.
ain't
That's
seen
'cause
no
I came in and I bought 'em
promotion
all.
items, None.
Brandy said she came in and bought them all. That's why at 6
Oh,
o'clock
that's
in the morning.
right. Yeah, she snuck in. She would do that. No, the game's been light. The prices has been fair except for one person, but
Yeah, we ain't got to talk about that one.
no. I'm gonna go look and see, but I'm not feeling like, eh.
Be careful when you go over there. He's got kids to feed.
Stop.
That's the story I heard.
Oh, always trying to get those deals.
Oh, yeah, he's over. He's going. Well, that's what goes on here.
Nice. I mean, it seems
So-
like a fun time. If you guys go again next year, that'd be great. I definitely would like to start going to, some more different conventions.
Yeah, I talked with Brian, so we'll see what happens next year. But we were talking about having an area where I can moderate and talk to different panels with board games and things like that,
Nice.
so we can keep an actual scheduled content all day long.
Nice.
Instead of just because I don't think people really understand. Like, you have people coming through, they're just like, there's a guy behind a mic. Like at Cleveland, people understood it, right?
Yeah, that was a good time.
Here
That
it's
was
a little
like-
bit different.
Different thing that I've seen. It was
Yeah.
really cool though. Like how you had it set up. You had like scheduled
Yeah.
interviews, and then you had
Yes.
some people just popping on, and
Yeah.
that was a really fun time. I like
Here is a little bit different because it's blended. So you have the folks from obviously the vendors. You don't have any of the big major companies that want to like get on air and stuff. Let me see here. He's been doing that. So he was calling me Teen Wolf yesterday because I had my Captain N. That's my first day con. Get up the whole Captain N thing.
Mhm.
So he kept calling me Teen Wolf because I was telling him that somebody in Cleveland was like, "That's a really cool Teen Wolf costume," and I was like, "I don't look like a wolf." And he goes, "No, before he turns into a wolf." And I was like, I turned around and pointed. I was like, "Captain N, the Game Master." He's like, "Oh, I never saw it."
Jeez.
So when I told him that, he's been calling me Teen Wolf.
All right, Team Wolf.
Yeah, that's what he's calling. So back where I was saying on the coverage yesterday, so you can watch the panel that we did. We switched over. There should be an area where it turned black, and we switched over to the live view that we had in there, and which was awesome because I didn't have to restart any of the streams. I literally turned one off, turned the other one on, and it boom picked up, which is what we wanted to do.
Sure.
And then we did a walkthrough. That was actually funny. You'll get a kick out of that one. We walked through, me and Steve, and we're running up on people. And some people just walk right by us. And then there's other people that would tell us their life story, like what they're doing, which was cool. And then there was vendors and stuff we talked to and stuff. So we got a little bit more engagement and stuff from people. But that was fun. And you know how he is. Him and I are bickering the whole time.
Yeah, you guys are like that old married couple or something. Just back and forth, back and forth.
But people like that. People enjoyed that. We had them laughing so hard in the panel room because Tim walked through because he was going to his panel. He walked through and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to sit down with you guys." So we were like, "All right, cool." So he sat down. I said, "Let me just shake your hand and thank you." And he says, "For what?" I said, "Not making me sit here and talk to this guy for an hour." People were laughing in there.
Yeah, they're saying that you also made a lot of people feel uncomfortable. You guys harassing people?
We did make them feel uncomfortable because we were just randomly going up and saying, "What's your favorite game? What's this? What's that?" And so some people just keep right on walking. Some people stop to talk to us. But that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be more like, not in people's face, but in people's face, like to get the reaction. So they didn't have
Steve
time
was
to-
in people's face.
Yeah, Steve was. Steve just stepped right in front of him and be like, "So, what's your favorite game?
What's
And
your favorite color?
Huh?
What's your favorite color? What's your favorite shape?
Yeah, he was doing like total random stuff like that, which was hilarious. So, we had
Yeah,
a Resident Evil.
I bet it was a good time watching you and Mr. Rightway.
Did you
I'm sure
watch
that
it?
would've been No, I was trying to get some things organized.
Oh, okay.
But I'll catch up on some of it. I'll watch some of it.
Highlander games. We had a lot of fun. So, it's one of those things that you just do it, you have fun. You can wave. You're live.
MG, my mom is not here.
No, she's not here. She's with the other kid at home. Look at this guy. He managed to grab a game. Look in his hand. You guys can't see it, but I can't get a camera point there. But actually, maybe I can.
No, he ran away.
Did he run away? Aw, Steve has another game in his
he's
hand.
still at booth. But he's just... Yeah, he ran away.
Is that Sub-Zero?
Sub-Zero,
Smoke.
Scorpion,
Smoke.
Smoke.
Nice.
That woman is an angel. I think you have the same problem that I do. Our significant others tolerate the stuff that we do. Right?
Yeah.
But how long does that last? Does that change for you after you get married?
I don't know. We'll find out.
She's like, oh, we'll find out. All right, so Arcade Fella says, I've been a fan for arcade games for as long as I can remember. I worked at the biggest arcade in Boston, and I was a kid, plugged in the first MK Street Fighter and Killer Instinct for the first time. He has many stories.
Nice.
Next year, Steven, MG says, we'll stop. Oh, we'll strap a GoPro to the baby's head for the new camp show. You know, it's funny you say that. Okay, let me see if I can pull this picture up. There's a picture I took earlier. Let's see if this syncs up. If not, I'll have to figure out a way to get it over there. Let me see. Oops, didn't want to do that.
You have to put the whole family to work.
Listen, I'm trying. This guy gets lazy next to me sometimes. I can't see if it syncs up. But I have to show you this picture. We were down at the Ghostbusters. I'm going to have to hold it up to the camera. Let me see. Do you see that? Let me zoom in. This is the baby's, dang it, baby containment unit at the Ghostbusters.
Oh, nice.
I am going to get one of them for the baby for next year for the conventions.
Nice.
That I think would be a lot of fun. That way she has something to be in. Carl, you're not coming out?
You mean MG?
I'm not a cat guy. My wife and my daughter and my son conned me into getting cats.
I love cats.
Well, no, technically it was all Mom's doing.
Well, you guys all wanted it. How many cats do you have, Brandy?
2.
You have 2? We have 2 too.
Yep. A
One?
big fat orange one, and then a feral gray one that's like
Okay.
still kind of wild.
One
both
we
love
have
people.
knows how to use the litter box. The other one decides to leave me presents almost every morning on the floor. And we haven't figured out why he does it. It's either in the living room or in the dining room.
Huh.
But he's about ready to find a new home, if I have anything to do with it.
Are your cats indoor, outdoor?
No, completely indoor.
Yeah. Ours are just indoor. Yeah.
Yeah. Arcade Fella says the MK2 was so popular that one of the Asian wise guys. Sorry, guys. The print is so small, it's hard to see it in here. And his partners come in on Friday night. It was packed with a dolly, unplugged it, and wheeled it out without anyone saying a word. Wow.
Oh my gosh! They just stole the machine.
I'd be pretty upset.
I would too if Mortal Kombat disappeared.
Are you going to be still collecting more arcades, or are you kind of still focusing on just like console stuff? Are you going to eventually like weed it out and get rid of the arcades?
No, I'm not getting rid of anything. If anything, I'd like to grow and expand. I will never get rid of things. I want more.
Well, I just didn't know if like you just eventually you tried it, you bought them, and you're just kind of like, I don't know if I want to go down the rabbit hole of arcades.
No, I want more. I have 3 full-size, and then I have some smaller arcade one-ups and tabletop ones. But no, I want more real arcade. The goal is to take over the garage next and have another game room, and then have more and more arcades.
Do you have to do any work in your garage to do it?
No. It's already, when I moved in, I spackled, sanded, taped, spackled. I had
Wow.
to do all this stuff to prep it. And then what I would probably end up doing is getting some insulation for like the door
Yeah.
so that it would be better. But it's already like insulated and everything with the drywall and all that.
So where would you put your cars?
Where they're at in the driveway, they don't go in the garage.
Oh, you don't put them in the garage?
Who puts cars in garages? That's for games.
No, we put them in the garage, like with bad weather, or I don't want snow on it in the wintertime. I want to be able to just pull out of my driveway and go.
Clean it off. I clean it off.
That's too much work. I can just pull it out and it's already cleaned off.
No, it's much better. You just clean it
Don't-
off, and then that way your games are safe.
Don't say that to my wife, because she'll be like, that's a great idea. You should move all your arcades to the garage so we get the basement back. But then if I do that,
No, I have the whole basement, a couple rooms, and the garage.
oh, you have a couple rooms upstairs too?
Yeah, this is one of the rooms upstairs.
Oh my!
This is
Well,
my
your
toy-
toys
this
are
is, like,
upstairs,
my
right?
Toy room.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly toys, and this cool Mario fan that I just had put in yesterday. And then,
Wow.
yeah, I have some arcades in the garage, but I'd like to take it over a little bit more. I just took over the laundry room yesterday with a Sega cabinet, and then there's a bonus room in the basement that's already taken over with all the kiosks. The bathroom will be getting a remodel at some point. So it's just never ending, you know?
It's how it always is, right? It's never ending.
Yeah.
I just don't know. We're going to talk with Brandy more in depth down the road. I want to start a new series, kind of like talking with creators, find out their story, their background, and I want to call it Creators Corner. And it won't be live. It'll be a video series, so that way I can have undivided attention to the person, go through their life story in the collecting stuff, and find out how they started, how they got through their game room. So we're not going to get into that today. We'll save that for later, because I think that'll be an interesting content piece for everybody.
Yeah, just let me know when you want to do that. I'm ready pretty much anytime.
I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I'm going to go through and try to talk to the different creators that people want. I know Jay Squarepegs would be on board with it. Who else? I talked to a bunch of different people. I just think it'd be fun to hear the background, because I think people get nervous and they get like, I could never achieve what Brandy's done in her game room, and they get intimidated and they don't even want to start. And I'm hoping this kind of opens people's eyes to, like, you have the extreme game room, and then there's people like me who started back in 2018 after getting rid of everything when I was a kid and doing it all off at like $20 and building it from there.
Yeah, I think people would be shocked to hear, what I've went through, because I have not collected my entire life. So I'd love to talk a little bit more about all that.
And that's why I don't want to do it live. I know some of the guys in the chat room, they're probably going to be like, oh, man, really? You're not going to do it live? No. it's got to be something where we can't be interrupted by like pulling chats up or super chats or anything like that. I want it to be kind of set up like a documentary, if that makes sense. Like we'll do like we're doing now, but I want to get some B-roll from like Brandy, like if she walks through and tours it, so we can play it while she's talking about it and go through, maybe show some of the pieces that she started with, and kind of build off of that. Like I want people to watch this and say, wow, this is something you'd see on like Lifetime TV or something like that, to hear the background story. So I don't know what I'm going to call it. I thought about Creators Corner, but that might not stick. I might have to look around for some other ideas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Let me just get my game room a little bit more together, because yesterday it went a little crazy. So oh look, someone said Lifetime TV. Are people getting kidnapped and stuff? Yeah, Lifetime's a little crazy.
Okay.
That says like someone killed someone, or she was with some guy and then stole all his money. And
well, that's what Arcade Fella's sitting here. He's going. Long story short, the boss was a gambler, and the arcade used to be called Chinatown. Here in Boston, Fan, the owner, used the arcade cabs for collateral. Many cabs were lost. Wow, the plot thickens. Yeah,
this just took a whole turn. Maybe that could be a Lifetime movie.
That's what I was saying. Like maybe this would be a Lifetime thing. But I think it would be cool to get some guys that were influential in the space and show people like you could start from nothing and grow to have like this elaborate game room. Because I thought you collected your whole life too. I didn't realize this was only like maybe in the last 10 years, we'll say. Don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we'll do a whole thing, because I got plenty of stories on how some of these items that I've acquired, and I've seen a lot of crazy stuff when I'm out there hunting, so I think that'd be a fun time.
Yeah, it'll definitely will, and I think it'll be interesting for other people as well, other creators' stories, and maybe it's an inspiration for people. Maybe you'll end up finding that this inspires you to start. Like, there's a lot of people that have said, like, hey, I got in this space because you're doing this, or in the home arcade community, I've already been credited for stepping up the game in production for the other people, doing live videos and stuff like that. So, I mean, that's a win for everybody. But some people are like, well, I don't want to go and get into console collecting because it's a deep hole. It really is,
What are you talking about?
How many consoles do you own currently? I don't mean like you got 15 Nintendo 64s. Unique individuals. So like I have 55 consoles going all the way back to the 2600, both handheld and regular desktop console. How you got to have hundreds?
That number, because I have I mostly just counted like my handhelds in different variants, so I have over 300.
Wow.
That includes the variants of everything. So
that's
I'll have
crazy.
to get the number of, just counting one N64. But I don't just have one, I have a lot. And then Game Boy Color, I don't just have one, I have a lot of the colors. So I'll have to go through and actually count the individual ones.
Daniel's gonna have to watch your game room tour, because she has like an N64 setup. In fact, let me pull this up instead of talking about it. We're gonna show this here.
Yeah, that's not even the most updated video either. The most updated video that's out was when Retro Wolf 88, he did my game room tour on his channel.
Okay.
And that one looks pretty close to it, but I just added a few more kiosks and a few more cabinets into the game room yesterday. So I'm trying to figure out where everything's gonna go, and then I have to like put things back on the shelf. So as soon as I do that, I think I'm going to get another game room tour together, so I can have an updated one. But it's just ever changing. There's just so much stuff, and the buying never stops, so I can't get caught up.
All right, so let me pull this over here. Let's give it YouTube. It's hard to reach and type. So let's pull this up here. So you're going to have to navigate me here a little bit. Let me go full screen here. So if you're not familiar with her channel and you're not subscribed, you're living in a box. So you need to fix that.
Yeah.
All right. Is it under a specific playlist? I know you said yours isn't up to date, but I want to kind of...
Yeah, if you go up, I just saw it. It's the 2022 Game Room Tour. Massive Game Room Tour. Right there.
Yeah.
It has, like, the red underneath, like it's been watched.
Yeah, some guy watched it. I don't know who it was.
Yeah. That's not the most up-to-date, but that's similar to what I have. It kind of shows you a little bit of...
Yeah, and the bandwidth's going to
this.
be kind of weird here, so let me turn off HDR and try to go to like a 480, because y'all can watch it on your own time, but I just kind of want to pull this up because Daniel hasn't even seen it. I don't think you've watched any of her stuff like that. But
Yeah,
like,
there should be a part somewhere at the beginning, probably before this, where I just do like a walk down straight into the game room.
okay, we go.
So
Oh yeah, there
backtrack
we
a
go.
little.
Let me go.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Right there.
I'll get it. Okay.
So this is walking down into the game room. It looks a little bit different now. But those are all store displays. They're all actual legit displays and posters. They're not... Yeah, and then there's all the kiosks and the shelving.
Do you see his eyes right now? He's just like,
Yeah, that's like...
what?
That's into the... There's quite a bit more, and a few things have changed. Because, like, the Mario statue is there now, and... You know.
Look at all the Nintendo 64s.
Yeah, that's a worldwide set. And there's
How many
there's more
freaking
now.
N64s do you need?
All of them.
All of them. I like that answer.
Was one of them
And
lonely?
there's 2 shelves behind the couch now. Like, there's a couple more shelves.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
Mike from Wildcard Video Games told me he would give me his Wii U kiosk for $1,000 because he doesn't want to sell it. I said, so if I come in with 1,000 cash, you're going to give it to me, right? He said 1,000 cash. I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold him to it. I'm going to go in there with 1,000 cash, and I'm going to have a Wii U kiosk.
Nice.
I think that's fair. 1,000.
Yep. So there it pretty much was. And then there's also, you know, the toy room up here, and then there's a couple more arcades in the garage, and you know, I'm taking over as many areas as I can.
Well, without giving away a few things, how many how many complete sets of games do you have? Like I know you're working on some, but how many do you have complete sets?
I think that's only like 5 or 6.
5
I know
or
it
6
doesn't
systems?
seem like a lot. Yeah, I know. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but I have over 7,500 physical games, and I'm actively going for 3 complete sets at the moment, and they're
Wow.
bigger sets. So,
Look at this.
but yeah.
So
There's
that's
some
where all your
prototypes
NES
and
games
stuff
are.
there.
Oh, that's interesting. You have some in bags too.
Yeah, I think that's how like the store had them.
Yeah, I got a few like that, but I was just curious because that's kind of interesting.
Good luck trying to do that.
Yeah. So people like me, you start looking at it and you're going, I got a long way to go.
Yeah, but I didn't even start that long ago. Like I started with like nothing, so it can be done. And I don't pay full price for anything. I find the deals.
I try not to pay full price. I don't think I've really paid, like, because Glenn tells me that all the time. I don't think I've paid full price for... I don't think anything. Like the PlayStation kiosk that I got, it's a PlayStation 3. I got that because I did a live stream at Wildcard Video Games when he had some wrestlers there. So he's like, can I pay you with just giving you the kiosk? And I was like,
Nice.
I'm sold. Yeah, let's do it.
Very cool.
But I know what you're saying, like trying to get deals and stuff. I think that's the way to go, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, there's plenty of stuff still out there. I just stumbled into a Grail the other day, so.
I do have something in my truck that she probably would want that I have. That somebody sold it to me. And what's that?
She's
I'm
laughing.
curious.
I'm gonna mute the audio so they can't hear it. I'm gonna tell you. Wait, I can't do that. Wait, I can't do that because if I mute the audio, you're not gonna hear each other because of the way it's wired. I have to do it that way. I'll text you what it is.
That's fine. You could show me later. That's fine.
Okay, it's pretty wild. And I paid $40 for it.
Wow.
But you'll never find it anywhere. It just won't. Somebody brought it in off. It wasn't even here. Somebody brought it in. He came down from Buffalo, and he remember that guy.
Yeah. I remember what it is.
So it's pretty good. Let me go back to this, and then we'll pull up the chat here. But go subscribe if you haven't subscribed. You go watch it. It's a 46-minute tour, or you can go to Retro Wolf. If you don't know who Retro Wolf is, Matt's a pretty good dude.
Yeah, he did a really good job editing the video.
You don't watch wrestling, do you? Any pro wrestling?
I used to.
Okay.
I haven't watched anything new.
Okay, but so you know Stone Cold Steve Austin?
Yeah.
I often
That's
say
my,
if
era of watching.
okay, if Matt would shave
Him,
his
The
head,
Rock,
if Matt would shave his head, he's Stone Cold.
Huh.
He kind of has the Stone Cold voice that like, I'm going to tell you what
I'm
we're
gonna
going to
have
do.
Pay attention when I see him next. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay attention when I see him.
It's not a slam, I guess. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
There is a cosplay contest. She just announced it.
Yeah. Usually when they have one of those, you'll see tons of cosplayers. That's
Okay. I'm gonna see this froze up here with this. Hey, I think we're doing pretty good considering we're like in the middle of nowhere with the tech. So I have to fix that. So you guys just hang tight. But Retro Wolf 88, you can check his stuff out. There is a I can pull it up later. Let's see here. Oh, you can hear Tim.
Yeah, like
Let me-
briefly in the background.
Yeah. I don't know how loud he is there. He's not too bad here. Carl should have cosplay. Daniel should have done it.
No.
I even let you sleep till almost 8 o'clock today. We came over later. Came over like 8:30. Yesterday we
Yeah,
were
you guys
here.
could dress up as like the whole family.
Yeah.
I'm
I told him.
You know what I'm dressing up as? Myself.
I told him he should either be like Simon Belmont from Captain Ed and the Game Master. We could do the baby as little Mega Man because how small, or Kid Icarus. Look at the face he's giving
Yeah.
me.
I would
Oh,
never
shit.
do that.
MG says Daniel is such a grumpy pants today. Jeez, Daniel.
Getting called names in the chat.
Next year, I will tell you guys from talking, we're going to have this scheduled out because Brian really didn't know. We're going to have people scheduled for panels. We'll have it laid out. from all the different areas, not just video games. We're gonna have like the board game peoples, the artists, and we'll do like panels and things like that. But this year we're just kind of off the cuff. So I said to Brandy before the time, because I figured if she sees something, I can always pick it up for her. But we wanted to show the floor and have you guys check it out. So if you're just tuning in, you need to go back to the beginning when we stop later, and you can see the tour of the whole floor of what they have.
Yeah, it's been a fun time. I'm glad that I got to check out, a little bit of like behind the scenes, and then next year or whenever, I'm able to make it, I'll definitely come on out there and see all the goodies that I can find. And oh yeah, that's right. I was already out there this morning. I already bought all the display. No, but it looks like a really cool time. You got the arcade, you got all the tabletop stuff, you got more than just video games. It looks like there were a lot of retro toys and stuff as well. It looks like a fun time.
They did have toys, but not as many as I kind of expected. But I'm not like really a hardcore toy collector.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. I did get a little.
Those Barbie dolls.
I'm not gonna say it right now because I know what'll happen. Like then people will be like, "Well, I already know what he got. I ain't watching this video."
Yeah.
So I'm not
you
gonna
gotta
tell
save
you.
it for the video.
I seriously think John went and got a tattoo.
Oh no, he came back.
He came back, but then he left again.
Huh.
He forgot something.
Well, I think he gave him the guy. Maybe he gave the guy a game. Maybe the guy said, "Hey, I'll do the tattoo. Just give me one of your games." That's what you
That
do
would
at
be a deal.
conventions, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, you should get one.
No,
Yeah.
I already have 3. What would I get if I came home with a different tattoo? Like if I got like a video game
No, you could just do
logo
your
or
logo.
something like that. The Tech Buzz logo.
Yeah. Right on your thigh or butt cheek.
Why my thigh? You hear this guy?
You'll have to show it all the time. You gotta get it somewhere.
Yeah,
where
I'll be
people
like-
can see it.
Yeah, you'd have to put it like up on my arm or something.
No, straight on your forehead.
I could probably put it right above this one right here.
Right on your
here.
forehead.
This one's too big. I don't think nobody would see it. On my, like with this being here, like nobody would see it. I'd have to almost do it on this side, like up above here or
Or
below
your
it.
chest.
I'm not doing my chest. Come on now.
Get a tattoo
Oh,
of your
MG
shirt.
said get a tramp stamp. You first,
Yeah,
MG.
That'd be perfect.
Would you get ink if you were here?
I mean, I have a few tattoos. I always thought it would be cool to get like a full leg of like video games, but I would obviously have to be in better shape first. So that's why it hasn't happened yet.
When I was younger and I was in a band, I wanted to get sleeves, but I wanted to do first before I did any of that. I wanted to get like the lead singer of Linkin Park, Chester.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get the Chester Bennington flames that came from the wrist, and then they were just so awesome.
Yeah.
And as a drummer, I thought it would be kind of cool. So you have the flames coming off your arms and you're holding the stick. So I just never. I'm glad I didn't go through with it because I feel like if I did that, it's kind of more this day and age. It's acceptable, but it's always like unprofessional, right? Like I don't know in your profession if you have to kind of cover things like that, but it's in a professional business world, like they want you to cover them if you can.
Yeah, a lot of places are like that. Yeah, they want things covered.
And if there's certain places like, because I do so much stuff on camera for my company, like they would probably want me to like use makeup on, like if it was on my hand, like to cover it and stuff like that because you're doing it.
Yeah.
Get an eye arcade? No, we're not getting an eye arcade tattoo. I got rid of my eye arcades. Should have got rid of it a long time ago. We're going to switch over to convention mode in a little bit. We're going to let Brandy get on with her Sunday instead of tying her up here.
Yeah, I'll definitely check out the footage a little bit later too. I'm curious to see how everything ends, and I'm excited to see your videos on all your pickups. And I can't wait to check it out next year, or in the upcoming years. I think that would be a fun time. But thank you for having me, and I'll see you again soon.
All right, guys, we will see you here in a little bit. We're going to switch over to convention mode, as we call it, and you can watch some people. We're going to walk around and see what we can't or can find. So we'll see you guys a little bit this afternoon.
Mhm.
Hang on. Let me do this. Did you mute all the mics? You didn't have to. Yeah, you don't have to turn them down. All right. So let me get. Whoa, Brian! Brian, no, there it goes down. That's right. They're indestructible.
Huh?
They're indestructible.
Yeah, the panels just fell off. I was like, now I'm afraid to move.
It's all
No,
right.
I'm good. I'm good.
He's all right.
Can I move, or am I going to mess something else up?
Brian is throwing roundhouses and elbows totally unnecessary, unsportsmanlike conduct. That's why we love him here.
That's the bad kind of boom shakalaka.
That's in all seriousness.
Yeah.
That's why
I went up to the green room and there were no
things
more
that they promote. They have a guy in the commercial where he actually kicks it and then runs it over with a car, and it still works.
Okay.
That's why you do. Yeah, that's why you do things like that. Brian's bringing down. You probably won't need the headset since we're just us three.
Okay.
And unless things get kind of crazy. So guys in the stream, we are going to be here. We're talking with Brian here, and he is the founder, owner. We're going to get this situated. Oh, I got to mute this. Let me mute that there, or that's gonna, because that'll get bad. Let me turn this. Let me change it. I got to change it to lower third. Some of this stuff I'm going to go back and I'm going to edit. I'm going to download it and edit it. But for people watching live,
I actually may be able to hear you better with these on.
that's fine. That's fine. However you want to do it.
Oh, yeah, that's way better.
Is that better?
Yeah, my ears are
Okay.
terrible.
Let's go and put it on this. What's the website for this? At PGH?
The Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. It's a redirect.
Okay.
We're going to adjust all that next year. But, yeah, it's just Pittsburgh Gaming Expo.
Okay, I just want to make sure I have that on there because when I set it up, like I said, I'll download all this from YouTube. The beautiful things with YouTube. So, guys, we're going to talk with Brian right here, right quick, and he's got a little bit of time. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend of Pittsburgh Gaming Expo.
Hey, guys, how's it going? You enjoying your show?
I am enjoying the show, honestly. Like it's been a ton of fun so far. We've been going around. We actually managed to get a grail. I'll show you off camera. I'm not going to show on camera because I don't want people to see it. Because you got to watch my video when it's done. What's your take so far on it? Like I was surprised on a Sunday because other conventions hardly anybody shows up. It's packed in here.
Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of stuff to try to anchor Sunday and make it a value for not just attendees, but also for the vendors and guests and whatnot, so they're not standing around staring at each other. But yeah, we had 3 panels that kicked off right at 12 o'clock. 2 of them were game shows, basically. One was video game trivia. The other one was tabletop RPG trivia. Are you possible to turn this down a little bit? I'm hearing myself.
You need to turn it down?
Yeah, I'm hearing myself, and it's like messing my OODA loop up.
Yeah, it's the loop into the TV. Turn his down on the. Yes, I think so. Turn it. How's that, Brian? Check
test,
1,
test,
2.
Test. A little lower.
Little lower.
Test. That's good.
That's good. Okay.
Yeah, so we had the 3 panels. Bob World Builder, Grace World Destroyer did a Dungeons and Dragons trivia. We had the arcade pit, and they do video game trivia and arcade trivia. And then we had Level Up Podcast doing a panel of what can tabletop game designers learn from video games. So that's a great way to start the day on a Sunday because, you come off a Saturday, live music, everything's kind of like high energy. And you roll into Sunday, and you might be feeling a little bit fatigued or tired, and that's cool. You just kind of ease into the day with some fun games and possibility of winning prizes and meeting some personalities. So that gets people here, and our main attraction on Sunday is our cosplay showcase, where you show up in cosplay, no additional fee to enter or anything like that. We do judging. We have guest judges here, and then we do a showcase on the main stage where everybody gets to go and kind of do their catwalk and get a couple of seconds of fame, and then some of them will walk away with prizes.
Wow. And that's going to be where the bands and stuff were, right?
Yeah, that'll be where we had all the bands yesterday. We got to get as much use out of this footprint in this show as we possibly can.
Yeah, it almost seems like you need to expand even more now. Like it's getting bigger.
I mean, I have a little bit of space over there to your right, so maybe. But yeah.
Brian's like, don't tell me that.
I keep talking to the venue about connecting the hotel and the convention center. I'm like, why don't you just do that?
Oh, that would be good.
Let's expand across the street.
But you know what? Though,
bridge.
that would help them save room, sell rooms too to people that are doing it in the convention because nobody wants to leave the hotel.
Yeah. I mean, it's not that far of a walk.
No,
I live there all week almost, and it's convenient. It's nice so long as it's not raining. It's a little refreshing. Walk in here at 8 o'clock in the morning to open the show, and have my coffee, and it's nice and brisk. October weather.
Yeah, it's been really good. I was surprised at how many vendors were here. I almost feel like the prices have been really good for most of the vendors. I think they were all willing to work with the collectors and people. Nobody turned down a deal. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to elaborate on some of the deals that I got to you guys online, but Brian's got a good group of vendors here. I will say that they've been willing to help.
Yeah, very highly curated. We absolutely do everything we can to make sure that there's a representative variety of gaming goods to be here. No gutter guard, no roofing companies. Nothing against those folks, but
right.
I feel like when you pay money to get into a show, I don't care what kind of show it is, but if you're paying money to get into a specific type of show, and then you see a big footprint of the show is given to something that has nothing to do with that show, you feel like maybe you wasted a little bit of your money as an attendee, and I don't want anybody to ever feel that way. So we really, really focus on making sure that gaming is represented on pretty much every square foot of the vendor hall.
Mm-hmm. You good? You got to go up. You got to turn up. Turn it up.
Hey, with me, man, you got to always turn it up.
Are you able to hear?
I can hear now, yeah.
Okay, good.
Hey, Brian. I can't hear this dude.
No, I turned mine down because I was hearing myself. Actually, I can still hear myself a little bit.
Let's just do sign language.
Can you can hear him though?
I got a delay. I think I did some mushrooms.
You're going to
this
hear a
morning.
delay
You're
because the
dummies.
TV's on.
Something's going on here. Okay.
The TV's on, so it's feeding back.
Excuse me, next caller. Could you turn the radio down because you're really picking us
right.
up here on the air? And that guy just got vulgar for no reason, so we had to cut him off. That's why we have a 3-second delay.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
this is
one
like
thing
doing
that's
mushrooms.
that we're struggling with.
You're not the only one. We can all be honest. We're all struggling with some sort of addiction.
That's why we I only have it in one ear because it drives me nuts. It's going. But with people walking by, they can stop, listen to what's going on. So it's either they see mouths move and they hear nothing, or we got to deal with the delay.
Well, I just wanted to stop in and say thank you, Brian, for throwing this great show. We talked earlier in the year, and I was excited to come out here. Our friend Paul Niemeyer, the artist from Mortal Kombat, said this show that's growing, and it's a great group of people. And I understand it almost doubled in a year, and certainly the space probably like 5 times.
Yeah,
You're in an airplane hangar now.
Yeah, this side of the building is twice the size, the other side.
Incredible.
And now we have both sides.
And what do you attribute the great growth in the conventions all over the country, but yours in particular to, right after COVID?
We're highly community driven, and we've just stayed true and genuine to that community. We never took them for granted, and they've supported us as a way of saying thanks. Like, I know so many people on the show floor from just seeing them in our Facebook groups that we built this whole thing off of. So yeah, it's personal for a lot of these folks. It's not just some show with a giant like LLC behind it that just kind of popped up in the region.
Yeah. It's great when they're organically grown. You know, and they're better than the great big Comic Cons because they're really for the people. They're not like this Hollywood mega money shoulder to shoulder, and the Disney World prices. I mean, you'd spend a mortgage on a Comic Con.
Well, and that's just it. Like, this is pretty much 100% volunteer staff effort. I mean, we are an official business for, all the necessary reasons.
Right.
But nobody's supporting themselves on this at this point in the game, and we want, make sure that that's represented as far as like we do everything we can to save everybody a buck. It's expensive to take your kids to things these days, and even myself, like my kids are into all kinds of really nerdy, geeky stuff, and if it wasn't for running this show and making the connections that we've made, I wouldn't be able to afford to take my kids to some of the conventions they've gotten to go to, because when you add on travel and lodging and admissions and everything like that, like, well, I hope I have enough left to get 3 hot dogs to split it across my family.
I really think
5.
it's the best entertainment dollar for family. Mm-hmm. Because, as you said, if you're local, you don't have to do the airfare and the hotels. But there's something for everybody from every generation. Every decade now has a video game. You have entertainment going nonstop. The bands were amazing. I don't think I've been to a convention that's had as much great entertainment as you.
Thank you.
I mean, some people have
that.
a band one time late at night or whatever, but you had stuff going. So you have so much to do. You can go into the game room, the arcade. It's like The Last of Us. Free games forever. The coolest pinball, coolest old games. Then you go in for the music. Then you go to the panel room. You've got all kinds of interesting people telling their stories. Then you come out on the floor. It's the giant mall. That treasure hunt, the fun of finding the game you've been looking for, the gaming device, or the artists here. The artists and so many clever. These guys inventing games, like a baseball game over here, the board games over there, games you've never seen, one of a kind. It's really special.
Yeah, there's so much love for this scene on the floor, on display.
Yeah.
And that is probably one of the most rewarding elements of this, is I get an opportunity to give these developers, these creators, these artists a platform where they can share that with people, and we need more of that. I'll have people come to us and be like, oh wow, I was surprised there's like a video game developer out of Pittsburgh. And there's actually not just one or two, there's a few. And then I'll get the exact same statement, the opposite of it, with regard to tabletop gaming. I was like, oh no, there's a whole bunch of tabletop game developers who are at least regional, and a lot of them are local. I mean, right behind you over there is Tunnel Monster Games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're familiar with what the Pittsburgh Tunnel Monster is.
No.
It's a thing. If you're driving around Pittsburgh, everybody slows down because they're afraid of the Tunnel Monster. So that's what his company is named after, Tunnel Monster Games. And there's a ton of tunnels and bridges in Pittsburgh. And it doesn't matter. It could be the biggest tunnel you've ever seen, widest, highest. People slam on their brakes and slow down.
Tunnel Monster.
Yeah, it's a Tunnel Monster. So just little stuff like that. And then you've got Wickman Games over here, Larry Wick, with Pittsburgh 68, which I got the number right this time. Mm-hmm. It's a zombie game. Well, this is Zombie Mecca.
Yeah.
The Monroeville Mall is where I think it's Dawn of the Dead, if I got the title correct.
Somebody told that last night, yeah.
Dawn of the Dead was filmed at the Monroeville Mall. So, of course, Larry Wick's going to be here. It makes complete sense. He's not local, but his game's locally themed, and Pittsburghers love that stuff. They eat that up. And even people from around the region. I am really surprised when I'm hearing today how wide the draw for the show has become. So it's exciting.
Yeah, get in the car, see some leaves changing colors, go into Pittsburgh, you catch a game if something's going on. Maybe the Pirates will be in postseason one of these years. You can stop and catch a game from up here. But the word of mouth and guys like you, social media, the old 10 people tell 10 people. You had a good experience.
That's it.
Everybody is having a great time. And I want to go back to board games because I wasn't aware of the new explosion of artist kind of driven games. It's fascinating. Were you familiar with it before you started the cons?
I've always been aware of it. So, Game Masters the owner of Game Masters, Phil Glotfelty. Shout out to Phil. He's a personal friend of mine, and so I've always kind of been aware of it. Originally, his store was more like miniatures and tabletop RPGs, and as the industry changed, the market changed, he shifted more to board games. That's why we have his board game library here. And the level of art that goes into designing those games is amazing. And 3D printing and resin printing has just exploded that. And I love that stuff. I'm a big sucker for the art. I don't have a whole lot of time. Some of the games are very complex. So I don't have time to sit down and get to know them and learn them. But I love gushing over the art. Just like when I was a kid, I could get my hands on like an original D&D tome. Even though it was all like grayscale, black and white, it didn't matter. The art in those games transports you somewhere. And
they almost work on their own just as art pieces that if you had a cabin or a basement to put that out, it's just so seductive and a great conversation piece. The artwork is so imaginative. And I love the idea that younger kids that maybe didn't grow up in the board games the way some of us did, slides and ladders, Monopoly, the classics, Parcheesi, but that they can get into some of this new stuff and the role-playing, cosplay, and get drawn in by the incredible art.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is an homage to, like my generation was the beginning of kind of the advent of the fantasy, adventure, and war game scene. I had board games when I was a kid that I never had an opportunity to really play very much because it required more friends than a nerdy kid into D&D probably has. But games like Hero Quest and Battle Masters, and they were Milton Bradley games, but they had these awesome miniatures, and they had cardboard miniaturing, or Battle Masters was this massive battlefield game with these units that you set up on these tiles, and then you moved it across this mat that was like probably 4 foot by like 3 foot, so you had to have a space to play it in. I still have those games, and it's nice to look back and see where they were, what they were, and how they were, and see what the spiritual successors are for them now. Now that people have these machines that can 3D print in resin and polymer, and they can just do it in their garage and say, I'm going to manufacture a high-level, highly artistic product for everybody.
I wonder if any of the games will ever be like movies that have come out of video games. Will someone make a movie like Clue was made into a movie, great movie. So one of these new wild movies be some great escape room, fantasy, adventure, murder, mystery.
I think it's very, very possible. There's so much cross-pollination going on in that scene right now. Like, if you like the TV show The Witcher or the books, there's a board game or tabletop RPG for you. If you like the video game Doom, there's a Doom board game. I'm pretty sure there's a Doom TTRPG too. It's really exciting to see how the two industries are kind of synergizing and inspiring one another.
Guys, thanks for letting me drop in, say hi. I want to invite all the people who are listening to check it out. If you're around, come out today, but next year, certainly put it on your calendar. It's been so successful. Brian, you said we're going to do 3 days next year. All right, 3-day party.
That's the plan.
Nice,
nice. It's going to be exciting.
Well, thanks again. The
Tim was
Pittsburgh
actually
Gaming
playing
Expo.
games yesterday.
Boom shakalaka, the nail in the coffin.
You were even playing games last night.
Yeah.
I know. We were talking before on the panel, and you were like, "I just haven't played NBA
I don't
yet."
play. I just went in there with the bullhorn and started to get after some people playing Blitz and Jam.
The
and then I
bullhorn
went up to the
helps
Elvira pinball game. I got in trouble because apparently they got a tournament going on. Some guy was on a roll for like 10 minutes. He had like 1 billion points, and he gutter balled it because I opened up my mouth. No, I'm just kidding. No, I didn't do that. But the guy looked at me like, "Hey, we got a tournament going on." I go, "Elvira, I don't usually come out before dark, and right now I'm getting nailed in the coffin big time. When the coffins are rocking, don't come a knocking. Hey-oh, I be here all week. Ladies, I drink for free. Bartender, get me an extra virgin, extra bloody Virgin Mary."
Tim, where can people find you if they're interested?
Right
in checking
here at the Pittsburgh Gaming Expo. No, I'm a Tim_Kitzrow on Twitter. I'm at Tim Kitzrow on Instagram, which I never use, but drop by, you know. Yeah.
We have it up there pulled, and Brian, it's been awesome. We've been having a lot of good time, and we've been fighting this echo. We have. If you're in the booth online, you guys don't hear nothing, so because of the TV. So it's like I tell people, you either have it or you don't. So we'll work that out for next year and some of the other conventions that we're doing. But this has been a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity to drop in with you. I feel like I've been away from my staff for too long now. They've been blowing up my phone. I'm sure they're trying to hit
you're
me
good.
in the earbud.
We're gonna walk around too and check some more things out on the floor, but it's not too late, right? Get out here.
We're here till 5 o'clock.
So
We've got a lot
come
of
on
content
out.
between now and then.
Appreciate it. Guys, we're going to go back, show you the rest of the floor, and we're going to look around, see what we can find. The things that you see. Let me do this. So guys, on the stream, we'll cut back in a little while. Let's go 6. All right. What we're gonna do? Mixers 7.